Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm your game bastard, Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.
I injected some coffee straight into one of my veins. I'm on 5 hours of sleep. I have children. Let's do this. Today we are continuing our adventures in the delightful world of Regency Cthulhu.
Cthulhu with manners.
It's like normal England, but less bad.
I kind of feel like knowing what I know about this period of British history, this game's very optimistic.
It is, right? Yeah, there's two types of games in Regency Cthulhu. The dark, horrible ones where you're exposed to the worst parts of humanity, and that's if you're playing in the colonies, or if you're playing Cthulhu investigators. Yeah.
Regency Jamestown. They need to make that.
Or Jonestown.
So let's review our characters. Austin, who you got?
I'm James Bennett, the gentleman poet.
Corey?
I'm Miss Emma Wentworth, gentlewoman.
Very gentle. Todd?
I am the Reverend Samuel Jennings from America. We're going to make it great again.
It's 1813. So America's been around like 20 years.
I started to say, all the good old days they're talking about now is
Now.
Here are the days.
Yeah.
Remember back when everybody had rickets? That's the good old days.
So the three of you are tea investigators, and you've been dispatched to Terryford, a delightful, charming English village southeast of London. You've been investigating Northlake Hall and the Northlake family. There's been a number of dread prophecies made about them, and you made some bizarre discoveries, but it all culminated when a strange creature dashed through Northlake Hall, abused a maid, and snatched one of the partygoers, the lovely Mary Hill, and absconded with her to the woods. People
Abused a maid.
That's what they would say back then, yeah.
Acted quite untoward.
Yes.
Then leapt out that window.
People weren't all maids abused in those days.
Well, they fucking should have been. I'm sorry, maids.
That's going to really hurt us with our critical maid
Well,
demographic.
that, yeah, especially maids in Ohio. They're really going to be upset.
They turned off a long time ago. So this creature ran off into the woods with Mary Hill. Some people at the party insisted it was just some local ruffian, but the maid...
With no head and a
Yeah. Well, those were the people that didn't see it. We're trying to justify it, all right. The maid was quite insistent that it was some monster.
Oh, no, I'm quite sure it was old No-Head Chesterton.
He lives down the Abbey.
Yeah.
So search parties were sent out into the woods at night, drunk and with torches, because England.
Right.
And the three of you were in your own. Now, audience, if you're thinking, were they armed to go after some sort of Cthulhu monstrosity? No.
Not at all.
They have a torch and a pistol.
I have my faith, and I have my Bible.
Like I said, unarmed.
But fear not, the conservative is not the one with the gun.
And
It's the gentle lady.
Yeah, Emma has a gun.
Yeah,
She's a 16-year-old girl back in heat.
only 17, but...
Oh, sure. Well,
yeah.
then it makes sense.
Yeah, you get a gun on your 17th birthday.
Emma, upon your 17th birthday,
When you turn 21,
Here
they give
is-
you a cannon.
here is your gun.
Get married.
Yeah, but of course, there's no bullets. We're not made of money. And you tracked the monster through the woods and cornered it, foolishly. So they have cornered this horror. It is this lumpy, about 5 foot tall, hairy monstrosity with overly long arms. It has no head, as Corey's said a couple times, but it does have a face in the center of its chest with this gaping mouth full of ragged teeth.
For some reason, I haven't been able to remove the red hairy monster from that Looney Tunes cartoon in my head.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that hairy, and it doesn't have on Nikes. So we're in combat.
Oh.
Initiative goes in order of your dexterity. If you have a gun, it's your dexterity plus 50.
All right, so Corey, you're up first.
Yeah, I'm 120 then.
So this creature is about 20 yards away. You don't see any sign of Mary Hill. It's hooting and yowling at you. It's not charging or anything. It's just glaring at you through the woods with the red eyes, stomping its feet. So you could roll your natural world to see if you understand what it's doing.
All right, so trying to beat a 20. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's a 24.
You think it wants to mate with you.
Austin, do you have luck points left? That's not too many.
I do. Is this really something we want to spend?
What if he's trying to be friendly? and we kill this thing, I would never live with myself.
Me neither. I would never live with you.
Listen, he's saying Klaatu Barada Nikto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend 4 luck points. Kyle, what's it doing?
It's aggressively displaying dominance,
Oh, okay.
Fuck you.
either trying to scare you away or charge. It charges towards Mr. Bennett.
Of course.
Now, Corey, it is charging, but you could get a shot off before it slams into Mr. Bennett if you wanted.
Yeah, so Emma reaches into her silk purse and pulls forth a flintlock pistol. So I have a 40, so that's what I need to hit. Is that correct?
Yeah, but you also get a bonus die because it's a point-blank range. Have we talked about that since we played Call
I
of Cthulhu?
don't think so.
I guess in terms of percentage rolls, I didn't know how bonus die work.
It's an extra D10.
Cool.
And
Okay.
you, I believe you choose the best of the
The
best two.
Gotcha, so advantage, kind of.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay, gentlewoman shooting time. Well, I rolled a 00 and a 0 on one, but in
That's
that
a 100.
in that case, that's a 100. I
Which
think
is
that's
impressive all by itself.
right.
Yes.
And on the other one, I got a 70. So essentially, I have 80. So I failed my ass off.
The terror of this creature running towards you. Your aim goes wild. The bullet flies off into the night. The distance, you hear a woman scream.
Oh,
Sounded like Mary Hill. You can't be sure. Everyone needs to make sanity rolls.
All right, so I'm rolling against 50.
60 here.
60 also.
All right.
Boy, oh boy, I got a 96.
Nice.
I rolled a 19.
The Reverend rolled a 58.
So if you made it, you only lose 1 sanity point. If you failed the roll, you lose 7 sanity points.
Is that out of the 60 or?
It's out of whatever your sanity score is. Like, there should be...
You have your starting sanity, your current sanity, and then your insanity, which when you get down to that insanity number, that's when you go insane.
So I'm down to 53. Is that correct?
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm somewhat insane.
Honestly, I can't tell a difference. I'm going to be honest with you.
The creature flings itself as Mr. Bennett, screeching like a wild animal. That's also from a nightmare dimension.
Oh, yes. Come on, then.
Well, it rolled an 84, so Mr. Bennett tumbles out of the way, having a case of the faints, and it goes crashing into the undergrowth.
Does it need to roll its sanity? Because, I mean, look at us.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
I could read another poem.
I started to say,
It's from Minneapolis.
It's very used to that.
I thought we'd spread around.
Going after the Minnesotans
Yeah.
now.
The
Yeah.
disdain for other states.
Stupid Prince listening to Sunza.
Somebody right now saying, well, y'all are from Kentucky.
Yeah, more like Husker don't.
We know. So it is now the turn of Mr. Bennett and the Reverend. You guys can attempt to attack it with your human hands.
can I beat it with my Bible?
Sure.
I think that's very symbolically accurate.
King James Version?
Yes.
Given this era, what else would there be?
Yeah.
It's actually, what is that, the first Bible they brought over, the Geneva? There's like some like OG Bible before
Like
the
the
King
Gutenberg
James
Bible?
or something. I don't know.
The Steve Gutenberg Bible.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
According to Police Academy 7,
Yeah.
First Mission to Moscow.
Yeah.
The historical reference I was
Yeah.
going for,
Yeah.
Kyle, but I appreciate it all the same.
The only major difference is Johnny Five was the disciple.
Yeah.
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 Well, okay, so in the Gutenberg Bible, you have Gutenberg, obviously, who is God. Then there is Ted Danson, who is Jesus. And Tom Selleck is the Holy Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's the Holy Trinity and a baby.
Michael Keaton wrote the Book of Revelation. So,
And the trumpet sounded and it said, I want pizza, Steve.
good, solid reference.
Yeah.
Austin.
It's a big Bible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's leather bound. It's,
Sure.
hefty.
Yeah, you can attack with that.
Quick question. Since I'm using my Bible, can I use my religion instead of brawl?
Well,
Yes.
All right, awesome. My religion is 70.
I was about to say, if you weren't going to let him, let me tell you about a little something called the Crusades. That's what they used.
That's what
Right.
decides with how much fervor he swings this big ass Bible.
I'm going to kill this infidel with my Bible that's also a sword.
Right.
Really more of a sword than a Bible, but
That's how the Pilgrims hunted when they first got here.
Yes.
with their Bible guns.
Yeah.
They were mostly guns.
Swinging a soaking wet King James Bible.
All right, so yeah, the Reverend's religion is 70. So
Nice.
that's what I'm going
You
for.
have to yell a Bible verse at him, though.
All right. So the Reverend Samuel raises his Bible aloft and says, Jesus wept.
I love that one. It's got me through so many dark times.
He rolled a 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
The power of Christ compels you indeed.
So it's going to try to dodge. I don't think it's going to be able to pull that out, though. That's really good. 17, not enough.
Wow.
Can't beat a 2.
Well, I've yet to figure out a good way to defeat a Southern Baptist.
I mean,
So I'm going to rule that the Bible is a small club. Which does 1d6. Now you rolled extreme, so it just does max damage. You don't have any bonus damage, so it's going to do 6 damage.
okay. After I slap him with the Bible, he says, from Matthew 28, go ye therefore into all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and kicking righteous ass. And that's the truth, because Stone Cold said so.
There we go.
Now, unfortunately, your Bible is not designed as a weapon,
Oh.
and it explodes.
I beg to differ.
It explodes, and pages are scattered all over the woods. You can use it again, but it'll only do 1d4 damage.
Okay, all right.
Austin?
Start pinning him to his tunic.
It's all right. It was just Song of Solomon. That's crap anyway.
Yeah, nobody reads that. It is Bennett's turn. If you would like to respond to this attack against you.
So Bennett has a few options.
Does he?
Yeah.
He sounds so confident for someone with a handkerchief.
Oh, no. Bennett has few options.
Fair. Yes.
But in his gear and possessions, he has, of course, his most treasured possession, his notebook, where he writes down verses, both his own and those that capture his soul.
Are we just going to beat this thing with a book over and over again?
Yeah, what kind of books? Do you have any YA literature, Corey?
Coroner report apparently was killed by a library.
Get ready to get maze runnered.
Emma's got a box set of the Hunger Games in her.
But inside his journal, he keeps a pencil.
You know, you need some good Russian literature. That's what you need. Yeah. Okay, you have a pencil.
Yeah, I'm going to try to jam that into an eye or an orifice of some kind.
I'll say a pencil does 1 damage. If you get an extreme success, it'll do 2.
Cool. So I could either do the pencil stab, or I could brawl with it, where I actually do 1d3 damage. So maybe I'm just going to tackle this thing.
Perhaps use some judo.
I was a poet. I'm a long practicer of
Capoeira.
Well, I'd let you do 1d3 plus 1 if you use the pencil.
Okay, all right.
Now, the pencil's going to be, snapped and broken no matter
Yeah.
what.
Oh, don't do that.
Use whatever you have to, brother. Just don't use yoga. It's satanic.
All right, so Bennett dives for this thing as it reels from being knocked over the head with a gigantic tome.
Suddenly it screams, I see the light! The spirit has entered me, and I'm one! And then it tries to rip your throat out.
Tell me more about this spirit.
All right, roll your brawling.
All right, so I'm trying to beat a 25. Well, I rolled an 88.
Yeah, well.
It's weird. It's like every other game, you're like rolling ones left and right. But when
Absolutely.
that would actually be beneficial.
Yeah.
Now, I should have mentioned this earlier. You guys have it outnumbered, so you would get to roll a bonus die.
Oh, okay. All right,
So-
so I'm rolling another percentile.
So don't say I never gave y'all nothing.
Yep. Well, that's a 38. So let's see. So that's 13 luck I would need to spend. Yeah, let's go.
How much luck do you have left?
17.
Nice.
All right, so you do 1d3 damage.
That's 2 plus 1 with the pencil, so 3.
The pencil lodges sturdily in its hairy hide. The brown fur is just matted and worn. It yelps a bit. It is now Emma's turn again. What's the reload time on your pistol?
So it says on my flintlock pistol attacks, number of attacks, 1 out of 4.
Correct.
What does that mean?
That means you can fire once every 4 rounds.
Jesus.
Because the other 3 rounds, you're reloading a flintlock pistol.
God, I hate the 1800s.
Yeah, modern guns are rad.
Okay, so I guess while she's reloading, she's going to brawl at the creature.
Well, you can brawl or you can reload.
What?
Yeah. I'm sorry, did you think these rules were fair?
So 4 turns to reload?
yeah.
God.
Yeah. That's basically you have one shot at the beginning of combat, and then you're
Wow.
doing something else.
Okay, I guess really the only choice is to brawl here. I assume she's wearing heels.
Well, of course, she's a lady.
Yeah. So here comes heel kick.
Yeah, I mean, you can have an extra point of damage. Of course, you'll break your heels.
Well, one of them.
Sure.
So is that I'm rolling my brawl?
Yeah, brawling. And if it'll have a dodge, potentially.
Okay, my brawl is 25. And do I get an extra dice?
No, you got an extra die because you were firing at point-blank range.
Oh, but whatever Austin just got.
Since we've got it outnumbered.
So he got that for being outnumbered. The way that works is the first time a creature has to dodge in a round, there's no bonus or penalty. The second time, the next attacker basically gets a bonus die.
Oh, but we're at the top of the round.
And we're at the top of the round.
Okay.
The third time, they would get even more.
Okay.
Okay. So, Corey, are you foregoing the pistol from this point on?
I mean, it's going to take 4 rounds to reload. So.
Well, now remember, this is a flintlock pistol, so it would have a brass.
Oh, I could butt of the gun it.
That'd be like a D6 damage.
Yeah, pistol whip it.
The flintlock pistol is like hitting it with a bat.
It'd be like Ray Liotta and Goodfellas.
Okay, time for this gentlewoman to pistol whip a monster. That's a 64. No amount of luck's going to help me now.
Yeah, it's scurrying around, trying to dodge the blows from Jennings and Bennett. Emma comes in swinging over its head. It scuttles backwards like a crab, and it lunges at Jennings with his word of God. So Todd rolled a 10, which is an extreme success, and that's with its claws. It's coming after you.
Do I get to attempt to dodge?
You can attempt to dodge.
Okay, my dodge is half my dex, and that's a 25.
Okay,
I rolled a 35,
cool.
and I'm going to spend 10 luck points. I have 14 of them.
Now, you've got to beat its 10.
Oh, never mind.
So, it does extreme damage with an impaling weapon, which is claws. So it deals maximum weapon damage, which is 6. And it deals maximum bonus damage, which is 4.
Jesus Christ.
But an impaling weapon also gets an additional dice roll for the weapon's damage. And in that case, that would be D6. So that's 5.
Oh.
So you take 15 points of damage.
Ouch. Takes 1 claw through both palms, 1 through the ankles,
How many hit points do you
a
have?
spear to the side.
Yeah, I'm just raised up in the air by the claws like Carrie White's mom, just like crucified. My hit points are 9.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay. So when a creature takes damage greater than or equal to half their hit points in a single blow, which obviously you did. Yeah, so you take a major wound and are unconscious. There are no negative hit points in Call of Cthulhu, so you're just at 0. But you have a major wound, so there's a chance you will die. Mr. Bennett, it's your turn.
Okay.
You just watched this creature lunge forward, jam its claws into the Reverend's belly, and rip him open.
Yep.
Their guts spooling out like loose rope at a fish concert. And I mean fish. Fishing, not the band.
Oh.
So Bennett's going to try to leap to his friend's aid. And I'd like to use Ride to see if I can
Jesus Christ.
steer this thing away from Jennings.
All right, okay. I'll allow it.
Yeah. But like hop on his back. Like,
Man, I'm picturing Anakin Skywalker hopping onto the dewback.
And you want this to do what exactly?
I want to pull him away from Jennings to keep him from doing further damage.
Well, as far as
And
it's
maybe
concerned,
give Emma time to reload her flintlock pistol.
okay.
I appreciate that, but does anyone know surgery or sewing or anything to get my guts back in my stomach?
Emma knows embroidery.
Hey, slap a doily on my ass.
I'm going to cross stitch you back up.
You know what,
Get you
Austin?
back together and put a monogram on there.
I'll allow it. Roll your writing.
Yeah, I'd like to just keep him occupied basically until we can get a functioning weapon in the fight, Corey. All right, so I have a ride of 35
Okay.
and 4 luck points remaining. So
Oh, that should be plenty.
it's an 82.
Wow.
So you see Mr. Bennett biding his time, picking his moment. He leaps. It's this graceful arc. The creature screeches, its face full of blood, and Mr. Jennings just passes like a foot in front of it. And it watches him go past, very confused.
I was picturing like the cowboy that tries to jump out of the window onto the horse, and the horse just steps to the side.
Todd, make a con roll.
Okay, what is a con roll?
Constitution.
Constitution.
Yeah. You want to roll under your con or you die?
Okay, my con is a 40.
It should be fine.
Yeah, I'll be all
That's
right.
basically like a 90% chance.
Yeah, I just got to roll under a 40. Oh, that is a 94.
Jesus.
The good Reverend is dead. He gasps his last. It is Emma's turn. Just watch the good doctor die horribly in terrible pain.
His last words are, "At least I wasn't vaccinated."
Yes, ripped apart by an otherworldly horror. This could be a short session.
Does this thing look bothered at all?
It's got a lump on its noggin
Oh,
from where the
Jesus
Bible
Christ.
hit it. But it's just yowling and warbling and just pissed off. Now remember, you guys can always run.
Emma is going to disappear into the shadows. Would that be a stealth?
You can try to hide.
Okay, I'm
Run
gonna,
and hide in the woods.
Okay, she does that. She's got a husband out there somewhere. That's her main concern.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Roll your stealth.
Stealth's a 40. That's a 33. Later, y'all.
So I'm going to roll its spot hidden to see if it sees you running off and trying to hide. Rolled a 23.
Okay.
What did you roll?
33.
So I win.
Can I use luck? Do I need to get down
You
to
can.
it? Okay. I'll
If you,
use 10 luck. I just got to match it.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I've used no luck so far, so I'm down to 40 luck.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Austin, there's only one target, so 35.
Oh, shit.
Not quite the hit it needed for the really good fun damage.
Okay.
7 damage. It's raking its claws down Mr. Bennett's chest.
Okay. Do I get to see if I can dodge?
You can try to dodge.
Okay.
I'd recommend that.
Okay. So I'm trying to beat a 25. Oh, I rolled a 9.
Nice.
Wow, nice.
So that's a hard success.
So it's coming at you, screaming and yowling. How do you get out of the way?
Poetically.
Yes, poetically, because I make the same movement the monster did when he dodged out of the way of me trying to tackle it. And just watch him fly right in front of me and then say, ha ha, pip pip, and then run away.
Since you got a hard success, you can have an advantage die to whatever you do next.
Okay, that's going to be to run away.
Really
Yeah.
quick, hold on. Just think about this. I'm going to try to help you from beyond the grave.
Okay.
This should be good.
See.
See, when the Reverend Samuel got his carriage driver's license, he filled out the organ donor portion.
Oh, I see.
So if you would like to use my guts as a weapon, feel free. I'm just throwing that out there.
I thought you were going to resurrect 3 days later to help.
Yeah, I'm running away.
Okay.
And I would not like to sneak away with stealth. I would just literally like to outstrip this thing in a contest of speed.
You're going to race the creature.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess those were the only 2 contests back in the day. It was race or duel.
Yeah.
And somebody's getting shot either way.
Yeah.
It does not pursue you because you glance back once and you can see it messily eating the Reverend.
Oh.
Roll your luck, Austin. Corey, roll yours as well.
Okay.
Are we rolling our current luck?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Mine's
let's
a
see
40.
if I can beat a 4. Oh my God. I rolled a 1.
Holy shit.
Wow.
One time it works out in your favor. I rolled a 57.
Well, that is a failure, but you eventually find your way back to North Lake Hall by morning. Mr. Bennett, running through the woods, stumbles over Mary Hill, who had been shot in the head.
Can we try to save her?
Sure. She's cold and most of her brains are gone, but a good doctor?
God,
So is
dang
Emma
it.
with me?
No, you guys are
I'm
far
alone
separate.
and found
Yes.
this dead body that
You
Emma
just-
unwittingly shot.
Yeah, maybe it was Emma. Who could say what happens in the woods?
Bennett looks around, and then he kind of sweeps some leaves over it.
That's Patreon member Mary Hill. You're welcome.
Thank you once again, Mary.
We appreciate your support.
You shall not be evidence against my colleague.
But by morning, you all reconvene at North Lake Hall.
Not all.
There's other search parties coming in. No one has located Mary, though everyone reports hearing terrible screams. Mr. Bennett is covered in the blood of Dr. Jennings. What do you guys tell everyone?
Well, we found a monster, and we tried to fight it, but it killed the religious guy, so...
We have an opening.
Marriage? Anybody? You can truck my nuts. You know what I mean, I guess? I don't know.
So, Todd, you can use your current character sheet. You're just playing the local parson.
Okay.
And this person cannot be a MAGA fanatic because they're English. So
Oh.
they'll just have to be a very different kind of fascist.
Okay, cool.
So Emma and Bennett are taken care of by the local doctor in Northlake Hall. You're given rooms.
Oh, hello, doctor. Yeah.
Recovering from the night's ordeal.
We're given rooms in the mansion?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Everyone's still searching for Mary Hill. She hasn't been found yet.
Of
And
course.
you encountered some sort of beast. Later in the day, you hear about a terrible wolf that was killed a few farms over. Clearly must have been what attacked you, everyone assures you. But it wasn't. And the local reverend comes to visit you. Todd, introduce your character.
My character now is the local Reverend Samuel. Yes. I have just come to check on our visitors and see how they are feeling, and perhaps if I could join the team, I may be of some assistance.
Yes.
You are a member of the local tea party, as it were.
Tell me, Reverend, are you one of these reverends that, how should I put this, fucks?
I did not see.
Innuendo. Marriage.
Of course, I'm a British reverend, so celibacy is more forced than chosen, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yes. Well, you can cherry little my lamb chop anytime.
Jesus.
What? What is going on?
Is that show still on?
Yeah, it's in 40th run. 40th year run.
She's been dead for like 30 years.
Lamb
Lamb Chop's still alive and well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lamb Chop has its own puppet now.
Yeah.
It's like independent of Sherry Lewis.
Oh,
Well,
I,
I
thought
just
you were
meant
saying,
they-
I thought you were saying Sherry Little was the puppet. Now.
No, I just meant they marionetted Sherry Lewis.
No.
Like, while she was controlling the puppet, somebody up top.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anyway, so the new parson is here. You guys are comparing notes. You're no closer to solving the mystery. But clearly there's something weird about the long corridor. What is your next step in this investigation?
All right. So the only thing we have in the way of clues so far is really just the notion that the corridor was longer after the beast emerged from it, that Elizabeth Northlake is rather afraid of the corridor. We know about the Northlakes that, like, once every generation, someone dies mysteriously. No, there's a lot of speculation about how or why.
Well, I say we go ahead and kill one of them and kind of jumpstart things.
Let's get this show on the road.
I say we should examine the spooky corridor.
We can examine the spooky corridor once more, but I don't think we're going to find anything in addition to what we found the night we were here for the ball.
Strange that this tale is called The Long Corridor, then.
I'm wondering about Elizabeth in relation to the other members of the family.
She's the daughter.
If we're suspicious of the whole family and we're staying here while we're recovering from our wounds, I think it would be a good idea to follow one of them, try and see what activities they get up to.
Not it. I'm still busy reloading my pistol. Couple days, I should be fine.
Yeah, so as far as options that are available to us, I mean, Todd, what you said is valid. We could investigate the corridor again to see if anything just changes over time. But other than that, I think maybe following various members of the family.
I don't think I need to follow at a distance. I am a local parson. I can go anywhere I want without suspicion. All I have to do is say I'm on the Lord's business.
Well.
And I hope it's not too obvious I'm doing Boris Karloff for this voice.
Thank you.
So who's going to follow family members? Who's going to examine the long corridor?
I will examine the corridor.
All right.
Bennett's going to follow. What are my options? I know there's Elizabeth. She's kind of one of the main figures in the story.
There's Miss Elizabeth, Sir James, and Lady Lydia are the Northlakes.
And Sir James is the patriarch of the family?
He's in charge. Whatever. So you guys are meeting in one of the bedrooms that's been given over to you, and there's a knock on your door. Door opens. It's your carriage driver.
Oh, hello there. Well,
Long hair. He's got a big satchel.
You're speaking my language, sir.
He's got a big satchel. He drops it on the bed. You hear a clatter of metal objects. He opens it up. It's full of pistols and knives and clubs.
Oh, well.
And there's a letter from Sir Patrick. Meant to send you along with this. Forgot. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Love, Patrick.
Love. Oh. He can preheat my oven to 350 degrees, if you know what I mean. I'm just kidding. The temperatures that high would most certainly damage the fetus.
So everybody can have a flintlock pistol, a dagger, or a club if they wish.
Awesome.
Can Emma dual wield
Sure.
flintlock pistols?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, because she's still loading the other one, so.
I will take a pistol and a dagger.
So the Reverend's going to the long corridor. Mr. Bennett is following,
I believe I'm going to follow Sir James.
and Emma is going to...
Emma is going to go find the maid that witnessed the creature
Oh, okay.
and talk to her and try to get some info out of her about the family as well.
Okay. You find her in her room in the servants' corridor or servants' area. It's up on the 3rd floor.
Hi, Boo.
She's just in her night clothes, still broken up over the whole affair. Hello, my lady. Sorry, you haven't got me right clothes on proper. She's been so torn up. No. She's youngish, so, well, middle-aged, so like 48.
Okay.
No, that'd be dying this time,
Yeah.
right? I mean, 28. No one believes me, but I saw a terrible creature.
I believe you, my dear. Yes, we saw it too. And how long have you been in the employ of the Lake House people? What?
North Lake.
North Lakes. Mm.
10 years now, sir. I started when I was a wee lass.
Have you ever noticed anything particular about the corridor and anything strange amongst the Lakemans?
No, they're right proper folk, sir. Good God-fearers.
What about the corridor?
Oh, I try to avoid it. It feels it's dark and dingy. So you can make a charm or persuade to get her to open up, perhaps.
Okay, she'll use charm.
Okay.
It's a 55. That's an 83. Tell me about the fucking corridor! Charmingly.
You know, the older servants tell stories, but it's just old and dreary.
Okay, well, I don't like you much. You don't tell me what I want to know.
Okay.
Now slap the shit out of her.
I'm sorry, I'm so poor. Perhaps you could talk to the butler, Mr. Hillier. He's older. He's practically ancient. He's 55.
Mr. Hillier, is that correct?
Yeah, that's the butler.
Okay, I do that.
Well, you find him ironing some pants in one of the room belows. Good morning, Miss Wentworth. Fancy seeing you about. After your encounter, I thought you'd still be lying down to get your rest. After quite a fright.
She kind of interrogates him on the same lines that
Sure.
she did the maid.
Okay, you can roll your...
Charm?
Sure.
Or should it be persuade? Because aren't most butlers in this age like castrated? Aren't they eunuchs?
Yeah, they are now.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
all of them. Everyone. Every English butler is castrated.
God, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah.
I know me history.
Look, that's a history fact. Look it up.
Yes.
Wasn't that the
Not
whole...
too closely, though.
Yeah. Just Google castrated butlers, England.
read a Batman comic. Alfred Pennyworth, one of the most famous.
Watch that show.
Yeah.
Pennyworth, the story of the castrated butler.
That actor cut his balls off for
Oh
that
my
role.
goodness gracious!
They didn't even require it.
Anthony Hopkins did the same when he played that butler with Emma Thompson.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Gerard Butler, all of them there.
Famously Gerard Butler.
Okay.
Yes.
She's going to use charm.
Okay.
55 is target. 34.
Well, everyone tells stories about the long corridor. You know, the butler who preceded me, Mr. Coombs, he told wild stories, terrible fancies. Well, I wouldn't trouble you with them, my lady.
Oh, trouble away.
Well, and he leans in conspiratorially. Well, Mr. Coombs used to say that once a century, a doorway would open in the long corridor. You see the door to the gardens, it opens out, yes, yeah. But if you pull it inward, once a century, it goes someplace else. And that's, he said, how the North Lakes got their gems. This other land was supposed to be full of riches. That's nonsense. But that's just what they say. And, of course, to keep the door shut, there's some nonsense like there must be drenched with the blood of the heir of the North Lakes and firstborn hogwash.
Okay, well, thank you for solving the mystery for us.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day.
Yeah. If you want to make out, just let me know. Okay.
Okay. By the way, can you load this for me?
Yes, of course.
Yes, thank you.
For the rest of the adventure, the butler follows along with us and reloads one flintlock while Emma fires the other.
Yes.
So Austen is following around Sir James.
Strange, I have this instinct I don't have to do this now because we know exactly what's happening.
So Sir James is very busy.
Yeah.
Being an English gentleman. The morning, he takes breakfast promptly at 9:15. He goes to his study and naps. Around 10:45, he gets up, has someone help him change clothes, and he goes into town for lunch. Sometimes he'll take a walk. Often not. He has a leisurely lunch, short 3 hours, gets in his carriage, comes back home, changes into his night clothes for tea. Some sandwiches, then he goes back up and gets into an evening suit for dinner. After dinner, he drinks until 1 a.m. A rather light day for an English gentleman. And Todd's character, Reverend Samuel, or what is it now? Jennings Samuel?
Now it's the Reverend Jennings Samuel.
Goes into the long corridor.
Walking into the corridor to see if I can find anything creepy.
Roll your spot hidden.
It's a 25. And I rolled a 22.
Examine the long corridor, and presumably the Reverend's investigation has predated some of the original parties. He sent reports to the Count. And he quickly determines the long corridor is much longer than the servants' corridor, which runs parallel to. Though the Reverend doesn't know this, the audience knows that it's even longer than it was before. And the door that opens into the garden can now swing both ways. And the Reverend pulls it open. It does not open into the gardens. It opens onto a dark, black land. It is a stony, broken ground, dark sky, roiling storm clouds, lightning arcing in the distance. Nothing growing, nothing green. And far on the horizon, you see a tall, pale obelisk rising up from this cruel plateau.
Sounds a lot like Ohio.
Yeah. Cold wind blows in the corridor, and you feel like you can hear some animal screeching in the distance. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Did not think this was going to go to 4 sessions, but it's going to. I thought you all might die.
Oh, I did too.
I could tell that was the direction you were hoping it would go.
Well, I'm always a big fan of total party kills.
I was hoping so because I don't like this game. No, it's fine.
Well, thank you for listening to Bastard Quest. We've been playing Regency Cthulhu, of course, and that will probably finish up next session. Got some good games coming in the future. Austin's going to run Fallout at some point, 2D20 from Odysseus.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And perhaps a few surprises.
Yeah. Thank you to our Patreon members.
Thank you, Patreon members.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mary.
Is it just a running gag now? Whenever Mary appears, she dies terribly.
Apparently, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, it couldn't have happened to a better person.
Yeah, thank you, though.
And thank you to our sponsor, Barrel and Bond.
Barrel and Bond. The bathroom door works both ways.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Open it inward and see what happens.
Yeah.
No, it's a great bourbon bar, downtown Paducah, Kentucky. If you're ever in town, you should stop in for at least one drink. If it goes to 7, it's fine. That's what the English would do.
Yes.
There are hotels within walking distance.
But thank you for listening. My name's Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
Austin.